Join us as we watch Barbie, A Christmas Carol.
To Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast.
You will be haunted by three spirits.
I think I'd rather not.
I'm Christmas present. Ho, ho, ho.
You may be a bit of undigested beef, a fragment of an underdone potato.
Scrooge is getting worse.
Bah humbug.
This week we are taking a look at Barbie, A Christmas Carol, the 2008 Barbie version of a Dickens classic. It is exactly what it sounds like. Kind of. In this version, it is not just Barbie plays Scrooge, which I would love to see Barbie wanting to
decrease the surplus population.
But I don't think Mattel's going to go for that. Instead, it uses the usual Barbie movie framing device where Barbie tells a story to her younger sister Kelly, and that story becomes a Christmas Carol adaptation. The movie opens with Barbie and Kelly already running late for a charity Christmas party. Kelly doesn't want to go because she wants to stay home and do their normal Christmas activities of baking cookies, cocoa, carols, and presents. So Barbie decides to tell her a story about Eden Starling, a famous singer who at first seems mean, selfish, and demanding because she wants her entire theater group to work on Christmas Day to prepare for her show. We meet Eden in the middle of her singing "Oh Christmas Tree," where she ends by belting out the final notes. Afterwards, she is enraged when her post-show tea and crumpets are nowhere to be found. Backstage, we meet the theater troops: Maurice, Anne and Nan, Freddie, and Catherine. Catherine is this film's Bob Cratchit figure. She is Eden's costume designer and her employee, and also her childhood friend wrapped in one. She is not a perfect one-to-one Bob, but in terms of story function, she is the worker that Eden mistreats and the person whose kindness helps juxtapose Eden's cruelty. During the scene, we also learn that Freddie, the stage magician, obviously has a crush on Catherine. This makes it clear that these characters are not an exact copy of their traditional counterparts. However, this is still a Christmas Carol, so Eden delivers the classic line,
Bah humbug.
that leads directly up to the ghostly visits. Marley is replaced by the ghost of Eden's Aunt Marie, who arrives wrapped in chains of hand mirrors forged by her own selfishness. That is a clever change because Marie is not warning Eden of her greed, but rather her conceitedness. We also learn that Marie is the person who helped create Eden's worldview in the first place. Marie's reoccurring lesson echoes through the film.
In a selfish world, the selfish succeed.
So unlike most versions where Marley is just the harbinger, Aunt Marie is both the warning and the source of the problem. And then we move on to the Ghost of Christmas Past, who is excitable, energetic, and absent-minded, which is an odd choice for the Ghost of Christmas Past, because usually they are portrayed as a strange, quiet, eerie, or reflective being. Here she is more like a hyperactive superfan with holiday magic. And then we enter what I can only describe as Barbie's time vortex. From there, Eden's childhood backstory diverges more than most adaptations. Instead of lonely holidays at a boarding school for young Ebenezer, we focus on Marie's cruelty. We see young Eden being taught that work and success must come before happiness or togetherness. This is also where Kelly starts to understand that Eden may simply not be mean for no reason. It softens the Eden character without fully excusing her, definitely making her more palatable for a kids' movie. We then see young Eden sneaking out to go sledding and spend time with Catherine and her family. Catherine's family goes as far as hanging a stocking for Eden in their home, and Catherine gives Eden a very familiar-looking snow globe. But Aunt Marie finds Eden, and we learn that she screams at Eden for the rest of the evening, ending that brief moment of warmth and pushing Eden back into work, ambition, and selfishness. We then make our way to Christmas Present. Instead of the traditional party games at Fred's, this version gives us the theater troops holding a holiday party where they are mocking their demanding boss. That is the closest Freddie comes to acting like nephew Fred. He is part of the social world that Eden has shut out, but that is about all we get from the character. At the party, Catherine stands up for Eden. We also learn that Catherine has a show of her own that she has been keeping secret from Eden. That show turns out to be a simple pageant at an orphanage.
Joy to the world, the Lord He is come.
Where we meet Tammy, this film's Tiny Tim figure, complete with crutch. We also learned that the orphanage will be shut down soon due to low funds. This is a Christmas Carol after all. This is this film's biggest shift. Instead of Tiny Tim's fate being tied mainly to poverty inside the Cratchit family and illness, this version broadens the problem to an issue of charity and community. But we do not linger in the present. The ghost of Christmas future here is talkative.
Hello, Eden.
Comparatively. She is also very prim and proper, which is very different from the usual silent, hooded figures. We get some more lore about choices and branching timeline, and honestly, with that outfit and the time vortex, we are one sonic screwdriver away from being a Doctor Who Christmas special. Eden is shown multiple alternate timelines. Different way her life could go wrong depending on the choices she makes. The most important future shows Catherine becoming as cruel as Eden after Eden fires her. That is a very strong idea from this movie. It is not just Eden ends up sad or dying alone. It is the lesson cruelty spreads. Catherine becomes the thing Eden taught her to become, just as Eden became what Marie taught her. This movie also strongly implies that the orphans did not survive.
But she was gone. They all were, scattered out in the world to try and fend for themselves. You can imagine.
Or at least that their fate is extremely grim after the orphanage closes. It is hard to tell if Eden losing her status as a star or Catherine becoming cruel is what finally causes her to change, but regardless, she sees that fame, power, and selfishness do not protect her. They just leave her alone. Then Eden wakes up. When she does, she immediately starts gathering presents from around her house and bring them to the troop. She then sends them home to their family, and on top of that gives them a Christmas bonus. It is a very Barbie version of Scrooge waking up joyful on Christmas morning. Less turkey, more gold colanders. Then Eden and Catherine surprise the orphanage. Eden surprises everyone further by adopting all the orphans, and Tammy gives us the expected Tiny Tim homage.
God bless us, everyone! Yeah!
Eden and Catherine are then escorted by Fred to Catherine's home for Christmas dinner, and Freddie finally asks Catherine on a date. I know you've all been waiting for it. So the movie has wrapped up all the personal relationships nice and neat. Eden is forgiven, Catherine is restored, Freddie gets his romantic moments, and the orphans are safe. As they are leaving, Eden gives Catherine the snow globe as a gift, and then, as one last obstacle, it starts snowing so much the carriage gets stuck. However, the spirits, who apparently live in the snow globe, save the day magically by turning the carriage into a sleigh so they can travel through the snow. And then the three of them leave the orphans as they go have a dinner. I'm sure the orphans will be fine. Finally, it's revealed that the snow globe Kelly now has is the same one from the story, and so the loop is closed. Honestly, for a Barbie movie, it's not too bad a setup. At first, Kelly is upset because Christmas is not happening the way she wants. Eden is upset because she thinks Christmas should revolve around her. So the framework and the adaptation are both working with the same basic idea. Selfishness won't make you happy. Kelly understands the lesson. Barbie gets her to the charity ball, and the movie brings the whole thing back to the idea of the spirit of Christmas being about generosity and thinking about others before yourself. And that's what makes this version feel the most like a Christmas Carol. It changes enough to make it a kid's movie. Eden's not a miserly businessman. Catherine is not Bob Cratchit. Freddie is not really Fred. Fred and Catherine end up dating. And Marie is not Marley. And the Ghost of Christmas Future is one step away from fighting Daleks. But the emotional story is still there. A selfish person is shown how it hurts others and what the future would look like if they continue on that line. Pretty solid adaptation. And on that note, we have completed another Christmas Carol. See you next time.
Just go, but be here all the earlier the next day.
A famous singer who at first seems mean, selfish,